Sponsored by degenerates like you. What's happening, people? You're tuning in to Comedy by Coincidence. I'm pretty sure it's episode 179. Like, fairly certain. Yo, what's hippie happening, everybody? We're tuning in to your favorite comedy podcast. It's Comedy by Coincidence. It's your dude, Chris Davis over here. Coming alive, Davis Studios Midwest, holding down the fort. I'm joined over there by my friend, co-conspirator, the Florida Panther.
My cords are all tangled.
Having a cord malfunction. It's the Mormon Foreman. It's the Florida Panther. It's
Ty Young. What up, motherfucker?
what's happening, brother? Yeah, that was a good intro today. Good job. Aside from being tangled, what's good, bro? How you doing? You back in the States yet?
Yeah. Back in the land of the free, just for Freedom Day. Can't be in a foreign country on Freedom Day this year, according to the lawyers. So either they know something I don't know, or it's extra free this year. We'll find out.
And July 4th, right around the corner. That means Chris's birthday's coming up July 3rd. What's up? This could be considered a birthday episode because I probably won't be around next weekend. I ain't gonna lie, everybody. Let's see. So you're back in Florida. When'd you get back, dude?
The 25th, whatever day that is, that Wednesday.
Yeah.
Did an overnight flight. I thought it was so smooth too, though. Like I thought it was so smooth, and then it backfired in my face. So, like it was a full flight, except for 2 chairs that was open in like the next upgrade up. Did the math. It was gonna be like $7 an hour to buy the seat. Whatever, we're good to go, right? Because I was thinking the first person to buy the seat, they bought the middle, thinking 2 people wouldn't buy the sides. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna buy this one side, the window, and then that person's gonna slide over, and then we got an empty seat in between us, the only row in the plane with the empty seat, right?
Yeah.
Nope, somebody else bought the aisle, doing the same line of thinking I was thinking. So then I went to the bathroom mid-flight, and the fucking row that I was supposed to sit in, they had the empty seat. It was son of a bitch. Backfired.
You should.
So quick.
Damn it, dude.
Thought I was being so slick paying that money, and it didn't work out.
Got him. How long was that flight back from Brazil? Probably to Miami, right?
Yeah. We landed in Miami, and then got a little short puddle jumper plane back over to Tampa. It was an overnight flight, so that's always discombobulating, and you can't your body says it's bedtime, but you're wide awake because you're on this loud, noisy plane. And I take my hearing aids off, and sometimes I still can't sleep. And that's like my superpower. I'm supposed to be able to sleep anywhere.
Right? Narcoleptic out the wazoo, you know? What we doing, you know?
Exactly.
So you're back. You probably got to hit some ganj for the first time in a while. That's probably a good feel.
Doing almost a month tea break was let's call it enlightening. It was great.
Tremendous. And I bet that dispensary shit hits so fucking hard now.
Slaps, bro.
After just smoking home grow for like the last month, I got 2 halves of dispensary just shake for this family vacation I took last weekend. Again, hey guys, that's why I was gone last weekend. Probably why I'll be gone next weekend. Family stuff, you know how it be. But it's like everybody be smoking. Well, I'll get some for everybody. We hardly touch this stuff. I mean, we were smoking the whole time, don't get me wrong, but just my tolerance has been so fried from only smoking like home grow mids for like forever. So,
I mean, sometimes it's good to back down a little bit so that way you can ramp it up in force. Like the good heroin addicts say, when you find a fentanyl bunch, you just back down a little bit, ride the wave, and then once that bunch is gone, you just go crazy with the next bag. I'm pretty sure that's a saying.
I'm pretty sure what they say.
Community.
Okay, we might have to have a talk after our episode.
I'm not doing heroin. I'm just saying I've been to Seattle. These are the rumblings on the street.
Let's see, what else do I know? We had a nice little trip to Illinois last weekend for the family trip. We went to Carbondale, Illinois, which is just like, let's just call it the middle of nowhere. Kind of felt like Warrensburg in that they have a campus there, SIUC, so Southern Illinois University, Carbondale. And it's like a 5-mile town, and we weren't even anywhere close there. We were probably 20 miles away in the boonies because we were trying to go hiking. My family's all about camping and hiking, and we're starting to get a lot of, like, I got a wife, and then my brother and sister both got fiancés and girlfriends and stuff, so they didn't want to do full-on camping. We got an Airbnb, and then went hiking all day Saturday. This place called Giant City State Park. A lot of giant... Think like Elephant Rock State Park and, like, different... Oh, fuck, you're not from Missouri. Just a lot of rock formations and shit in the middle of the woods and shit. Nice day hiking stuff. It's nice to go hiking.
Sounds like the Joshua Tree of the Midwest, except it's the Midwest, so mushrooms are everywhere but not consumed.
It felt more Missouri than Illinois because there's so much forest and so much like hills. It felt like kind of mountainous. I was like, in Illinois, it's supposed to be all flat. It's supposed to be like Kansas's cousin. Where's the cornfields, you know?
But I will say, like, as a kid who grew up in Illinois, there is different geographic locations of Illinois that people never talk about because they're just trying to hold their loose band identity together. All right, so you got Northern Illinois, also known as Chicago.
Right.
You know, that whole section is Chicago. It takes about 2 hours to get outside of the Chicago region into Illinois proper.
I know.
Or the middle. That's the Illinois everybody dreams of. You know, nothing but cornfields and, you know, garage built race cars
and wineries and you know.
But then you got Lower Illinois, and Lower Illinois is a confused area because down there you still got like some cornfields, but then you also got scorpions, you got snakes, you got
swamp
hills, trees, like you mentioned. You know, it really is. It's the portion of Missouri didn't want. You know what I mean? It's like it's close, but it's not. It's just missing that Missouri panache.
They're like, we're already miserable over here. You guys keep this shit, you know?
Exactly. You know, it's basically, if we were going to call that region, we'd call that East St. Louis, Illinois, just because it's like, it's it's close to it, but it's still the bastard cousin that we tossed to the side.
Yeah. We hit a winery after we hiked, like kind of midday lunch thing. It's kind of nice. Except, I mean, it's fucking hot as shit up here. It's probably median 95 as the high every day right now, which ain't.
That's like perfect winery weather right there.
Wasn't too bad. We sat outside, no AC. Had a giant umbrella, kicked a few tables together, got a bunch of pizza, had a good time. Friend of the show, previous guest on the show, my mother, Terry, went down. Chair went out from under her at the very end. We were literally all getting up to leave, and we heard a crack, and all of a sudden, Mom is going down. So,
in her defense, we were on a weird section of hill, and we were all fighting for our lives to stay upright.
Right, the hill had a pretty steep angle too. So, like, we were all sitting, you know, like on a lawnmower on a hill. You're trying to lean to one side and try not to go down, kind of thing.
Looking like we're in virtual insanity music.
Good, that's a good one. But okay, we took a break. We went back to the Airbnb. We smoked, and then we met my brother's girlfriend. Her
like,
grandparents.
Wait,
hold on. Stay with me.
Like,
Stay with me because I'm having a Chris pause. You know what I mean?
Okay, gotcha.
The dreaded Chris pause. Now, okay. I did take an edible right when we started this, and I think it's starting to hit. So, I think it's hit. No.
Met your brother.
My brother's girlfriend was with us. She was staying with us, hiking with us, doing the whole thing. But her grandparents lived about 15 minutes from our Airbnb. So they had us over for dinner, cooked us a big-ass buffet-style barbecue, and we hung out there for a couple hours.
More hummingbirds than I've ever seen
Oh
in
my
one
God.
place in my entire life.
Looked like Star Wars out there. They had like 5 hummingbird feeders, and they just like apparently reproduce like crazy in the trees behind their house. So
10 to 20 birds at any given time.
Paradise.
You know, it really was like a Star Wars TIE fighter scene or something. But all fighting for the same 5, whatever. Anyways, Hummingbird City up in that bitch. So, good little trip for us. We had fun. You ever smoked so much weed at an Airbnb that you're like really worried that you're gonna fuck up your mom's Airbnb profile with a bad review or two?
No, I have not. I'm the one that always has to get the Airbnb when I stay with people.
That's probably good. I honestly, if I was doing that, I'd have no problem smoking weed. Because if I get a bad review, it's going on my profile. I'd feel terrible. If I
but
fucked
also,
up.
like, you have to evaluate how often does Terry actually use Airbnb. You know what I mean? Like, once a year,
a couple
you can get away
times.
with a bad review.
A couple times. She uses it a lot, actually. She's normal, even for like the extended family. I'll give you an example, and this is a good one because she used Verbo. You know Verbo, Airbnb competitor?
Yeah.
VRBO. She was like, I'm kind of sick of all these fucking Airbnb cleaning fees. My mom's getting smart, you know what I mean? Like, shout out Terry. She's never been dumb, you know. She's getting smart.
I pay $200 when I can clean it myself.
Fuck all these cleaning fees. We always leave it like Boy Scout clean, anyways. Police line the bitch and clean everything and do the dishes and take the trash
and that's
out.
an important clarification. Boy Scout clean. It is cleaner than Girl Scout clean. Just throwing that out there.
I don't know. I've no experience there, but all I know is how them Girl Scout cookies clean me out, you know what I'm saying, and clean out my wallet for Rizzle. But no, okay. Verbo apparently doesn't have as many like checkout fees and shit, so we did that for the extended family vacation last year for a whole 7 days. It was like a week. It was like a week. We'll say 7 days, give or take. straight up, she rented a compound, bro. It wasn't a single house. She rented 4 houses on a single property with 2 separate game room things, bro. My mom goes all out on that shit.
Setup, dude.
Yeah. But also, again, smoked an incredible amount of weed at this place. Yeah, and it's all under my mom's profile, and you know, I don't need to be the guy getting my mom bad reviews and shit, or getting her kicked off of a platform. But to my credit, that was Verbo. So if it happened, we got Airbnb still. We make things happen. We got Booking.com. We should get some of these people to sponsor us before we keep saying any more fucking names. Anyways, good little Airbnb experience. Chris is going to be booking the excursions from now on. Carrying on.
I mean, I'm starting to look at some places myself on Airbnb.
It's hard not to.
Hard not to. Like you, in my position, it's like, okay, I know I'm going to New Zealand next year. How much does a Hobbit hole actually cost for the night? You know,
not
and then you
much.
look at a Hobbit hole, and then you're like, that's cool, but I also kind of want to stay at a place with a waterfall. So you find this fucking McMansion, and you're like, shit, now I need to get 9 people involved in order to fill this bitch out. You know, it's
yeah,
like
to even
my version
afford
of
it, you
window
gotta
shopping.
bring 8 people, 8 fuckos you don't even want to spend time with. No, I'm playing.
And you know 2 of them are going to be, you know, you're definitely some females are going to come. Nothing's going to happen with you because you're the fattest one in the bunch. And then it's like, you know, they're going to stiff you on paying the nightly fee. And they're like, my mere presence and hotness is a fee enough. And then, you know.
Who are you hanging out with? Fuck those hoes, dude. Fuck the huzz, dude.
Exactly.
What's up with that? I will say, you think a Hobbit hole is really expensive in New Zealand. I bet it fucking is. However, you want to save some jack, Carbondale, Illinois. The whole reason Mom liked the place, found the place in the first place, is because her and my dad went on just like a, let's say, honeymoon trip to a Hobbit hole community in Carbondale, Illinois.
Ooh, fun. Okay.
Okay, and it was on the other side of the hill from the winery we had the pizza and Mom went down. So, alas, that's how Carbondale, Illinois came into our foresights.
Well, it's kind of funny you mentioned Carbondale because there are 2 friends of mine. You have to be friends of the show. Them bastards, they live in Carbondale or in the surrounding area, and like they're former coworkers, good guys. So it's kind of like funny that you just mentioned Carbondale out of the blue to me, out of the blue, you know.
Well, that's where we went vacationing, bitch. That's what I know. And Dr. Evil said something about a friend of the show, and I couldn't hear her either. What's it? I was going to use that as Savage of the Week if it was me, but hey, is it your week for Savage of the Week or my week?
It is supposed to be my week, but if you have a Savage that needs
no,
go to the
I
forefront.
think it's important to keep you honest and on your shit. So before we get there, we'll do that at the end, but friend of the show, other friend of the show. We've said friend of the show so many times. Let's see if I can't sprinkle it in a few more fucking times. Friend of the show, awesome guest, probably most recurring guest, probably guest of the year, Ryan Schweitzer. His birthday was yesterday, and shout out to him, previous Savage of the Week recipient, guest of the show. Happy fucking birthday, my man. Big 30. So we're getting into geriatric.
Excellent. Happy birthday,
Dr.
Senor Schweitzer.
Dr. Evil gonna beat my ass. Love you, buddy. So anything new with you we gotta cover before we hit some news?
You know, I just did the same old tradition I have where I'm coming back to the US. Once the plane takes off, I always put on Willie Nelson, On the Road Again. That's my comeback to the USA song right there.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
And then, as always, I just ate Taco Bell the second I landed. You know, I gotta got to make sure I get the chemicals all set right in my gut before I actually start eating the American diet again. Protect myself.
That's what Dr. Evil wanted to do the second we got back to was, hey, can we hit Taco Bell or McDonald's? Something.
Yeah. You need that glyphosate in your veins the second you get back from anywhere. It just that's how we roll. And then let's see. I did do something new, but I can't believe I'm forgetting it.
No, I'm playing.
I went to a Vietnam spot, ate some Vietnamese, and it was like, all right, so
wait,
right?
You ate a Vietnamese person?
Oh yeah, dude, for sure.
Vietnamese?
Sure. All up in that Viet Cong. It was great. But no, it was like, all right, so you ever go into an ethnic restaurant and then you just see nothing but white people?
Yes.
And then the food's garbage, right?
Yes.
That's what happened when we walked into this Vietnamese place. We walked in, there was one table of white people, and we were like, I don't know how I feel about this. We get our food, massive portion, absolutely delicious, just like hitting it out of the park. I got a pad thai, wanted a little bit of spice in my life. And then it was like, as we were finishing up our food, then like a sea of Asians just come into the restaurant, and we were like, this is the spot. We were just early.
This is the real place. I'm with you.
Yeah. Because it's like, there's nothing worse than going into, in my opinion, an ethnic restaurant and you don't hear that language spoken at all. You know what I mean? There's a problem in that restaurant's culture. Like, if you go into a Mexican spot and you don't hear one pendejo or one puta or one word of Spanish, it's not a good spot, bro. You gotta go.
No mommies.
Yeah.
You bet, dude. When you walk into an authentic Chinese restaurant, they go, "Oh, we could work hard today."
Yeah, bro.
Dr. Evil gave me just a bad look. We on this. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast. Listen, we love everybody. At least I'm not out here eating literally the Vietnamese like Thai. So fucking whatever.
Hey man, when in Rome,
Vietnamese.
you gotta try and do as the Romans do.
Well, okay. Comedy news. You're back. You're getting readjusted to the culture. Glad you're out of a place where they are arresting comedians for bad jokes. Because goddamn, I need you back here, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back in a country where I can call the president a bitch. It's great.
You're our bread and butter, dude. We're nothing without you. So, you're Chris's meal ticket, dude. I need you back here. Come on, let's go. Let's see here. Push to kick St. Louis sheriff out of office intensifies with Missouri Attorney General lawsuit. So just to fill everybody in, this is the same sheriff we've been following all these weeks. Sheriff Alfred Montgomery vowed he would not resign after Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey's demand on Tuesday. Missouri Attorney General Andrew Bailey has filed a lawsuit to remove St. Louis Sheriff Alfred Montgomery from office a day after Bailey told the sheriff, resign or face removal. Bailey said he was confident that he had the authority to remove the sheriff through the Attorney General's power of quo warranto. They're just making shit up at this point. Or the process of removing an official who has unlawfully held office, including office holders who fail to perform their duties, violate criminal laws, or engage in fraudulent or negligent conduct.
I feel like, all right, so to him it seems like the end is near. His move is he's going to resign, right? That's the best course of action for him.
Yo,
He said he wasn't
he
going
said
to
he wasn't
initially.
going to.
He's doubling down.
He just said fuck off, pretty much. Let's keep reading here. After launching our investigation and reviewing a growing quantum of evidence substantiating the allegations, I was left with no choice but to take the appropriate legal actions, Bailey said at a press conference he held on Wednesday, just minutes after his deadline for Montgomery to resign had passed. The suit attributed 6 claims supporting the sheriff's removal, including nepotism, hiring his own brother to serve as deputy sheriff, illegal arrest of St. Louis Jail Commissioner Tammy Ross, illegal arrest of lawfully licensed private security guard and the seizure of the guard's weapon, failure to transport inmates for critical medical and mental health treatment. That one's pretty fucked up. Illegally using the office for personal gain, including using on-duty deputies to babysit his children and pick them up from school. Financial mismanagement of the office, including using tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars on golf carts, gold-plated badges, and a take-home Chevy Tahoe. Have you driven a Tahoe? They're pretty... Anyways.
So I think this guy's official reply should be like a video of him lighting the 4th of July fireworks with, Tom Petty, I Won't Back Down in the background. And then, at the end of it, just like do a custom smaller firework that's just like, fuck you, I'm staying.
Montgomery at a press conference on Tuesday, this is the sheriff,
He already replied.
Vowed to stay in office and blamed local press outlets for creating false claims and reckless accusations. I've been called many names, starting with the former sheriff, who called me a monkey on his last day in office, urging local media outlets to pay close attention in the future, and promising to make my term as hard as possible to carry out. So, Jesus, dude.
He's innocent. He's innocent. It's just like what they did to many major political figures in recent years.
Yeah.
They're just brainwashing the media, and he totally did not buy himself a brand new car.
I did not get a Chevy Tahoe that I take home every day. Montgomery said Bailey's push for resignation was not based on proven facts, not based on any court ruling, but on what's been described as widely published and disturbing allegations. So he's saying he's an innocent man. He's saying they lying on him. He sounded a little bit like R. Kelly in the Gayle King interview. That's all I'm saying. So they lied on me, What the fuck? Okay.
I mean, if it wasn't true, why hasn't he sued the newspapers? Like
right. It's going to get messy. And then my other friend's telling me that they're trying to get the county police to take over the city police, and that would never happen either. So, we'll see what happens, dude.
The county wants nothing to do with the city.
No, we've always had that crazy split, and they want nothing to do with each other. Anyways, here we are, 2025. Sheriffs are getting lawsuits for being reckless. What else we got going on? Dr. Evil is pulling up the homework, bro. These are not my picks. These are Adam Sandler heading out on the You're My Best Friend comedy tour. I like the name of that. That's tight.
It's good. However, Adam Sandler's funny, but I've never viewed him as a
stand-up.
He's not exactly like a pure stand-up comedian, but he's not a musical act. He's kind of in that weird zone of doing both,
playing guitar and doing a comedy. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Fun show. I think it will be a fantastic tour.
other comedy news we got? Let's see. The fall and rise of Bert Kreischer. No, I don't know.
I mean, I'm seeing like I've noticed in like looking at the news the past couple of days, it seems like there's a lot of local articles that are showing up in my news feed. You know, it's like this is the main comedy scene. This comic toured the country and it's going back to his hometown. You know, from the Hometown Gazette.
Hometown Gazette, he coming. Bert Kreischer to star in Netflix comedy series Free Bert. It is actual Bert news. Okay. Lit.
Is that them trying to, you know, do an intervention and free Bert from alcohol, or are they like
Dr. Evil, you got this.
Kidnapping
Take
him?
it for the team.
The perpetually shirtless stand-up comedian plays a version of himself in the 6-episode show, which finds Bert in a sticky situation after his daughters enroll in an elite Beverly Hills private school and his, quote, unbridled antics turn his family into outcasts, end quote. In order to fit in, Bert decides to finally put on a shirt, both literally and metaphorically, we presume, and suppress his true self.
Oh.
So, like, this is some real life shit then.
Okay. When you say real life shit about a TV show, what do you mean?
Well, no, I'm just saying based off of his stand-up and how he does, you know, real stories.
Yeah. Probably
This
drawn
material
from
has
his
happened
life
to him in real life.
in a Roseanne Barr type of sitch, you know. But speaking of Roseanne Barr, she is fighting Dave Smith over just Israel shit. That I blew it. What a way to say that. Roseanne Barr is beefing with Dave Smith from the Legion of Skanks over Israel views. Bullshit. I think Roseanne is Jewish. They're both Jewish. These are Jews fighting about
Dave
Jew
Smith
stuff.
is not Jewish, I'm pretty sure.
Nah. That is false. False claim there, bub. Now, maybe self-hating Jew, as was what Roseanne was calling him. I don't know.
I'm not.
Right. I'm not liable to say it, but that's what she called him. And then he kept responding because who doesn't love fucking Roseanne if you're old enough and watch the show growing up? Because he'd be like, that you are definitely, his replies were like, you're definitely allowed to have that opinion. I still loved you. Remember when?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like, I'm sure Dave Smith, like, Roseanne is one of his heroes. So the honor to argue with her is just enough for him all by itself. However, those are two very strongly opinionated people on this specific issue, and most of all.
Right.
And, you know, that's ooh.
Who needs that?
If people want to watch that, where do they watch?
I think it was just on Twitter, but I was hearing about it on the last episode of Legion of Skanks.
I'm not connected to the left Twitter, so
with Mark Norman. Left Twitter for Legion of Skanks? That's okay.
Hey, man,
I don't have a Twitter anyways. I think I do, but I just don't open it. You know what I mean? So I don't even think I'm logged in anymore. But so you're any other comedy news? Let's see.
I'm not like I said, I'm just seeing a whole bunch of small regional local shows that, like, I could talk about the comedy scene in Maine because I just read an article about it, but I don't feel like that's going to connect
No.
the hearts and souls of
So
St.
you've
Louis,
been back
Missourians.
since Wednesday night-ish. Have you thought or done any comedy yet? Because you're probably on a little breaky poo from work, if I had to imagine.
I was going to go, however, Wednesday night, I would have died. Like
Absolutely.
I needed to sleep.
Yeah, no way that was going to be a good set, so good job.
I mean, it probably would have been a fine set, but it's one of those, like, I definitely would have died on the way home.
Yes.
And that would not have been good. Thursday, I had appointments and shit to do all day. Even into
shots.
the night.
Yeah, and stuff that they were scheduled.
Friday, I had to hang out with friend of the show, Trevor G. Harrison.
Good. How's Trev doing?
That was organized well in the past. And then Saturday, I'm probably gonna see if I can pick up tickets to go to your show tonight. Honestly,
hell yeah. Who's in town?
Go be an audience member.
Who you trying to see?
I don't know. I'm planned in development.
He just wants to be entertained. I understand.
Yes.
Hell yes. So I had a place to go. I forgot it. It's all right. Good. Well, hey, you gotta be entertained to be entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, and
exactly.
You gotta remember to step back and go see a show every once in a while. So do that. Speaking of shows, Chris has some developments.
Ooh, okay.
So Betty's Promise house show. I'm gonna get the calendar out so I ain't fucking up these dates so everybody knows. Betty's Promise house show, and if you are hearing about this and are interested and want to know more, contact me, okay? Because it's a private fucking event. We were playing a private party that is invite only, but if you talk to me and are interested, I'd probably fucking invite you. I think we got 5 people, you know what I mean? Like, but Betty's Promise house show, Saturday, July 26th. That's what's up. Okay, we got Popular Demand, first show ever, Sky Music Lounge, The Late Show, which is probably like, I'm gonna be real, probably like 9 to 11 or 12, is Friday, August 29th, 9 to 12, okay? Tell me you're there to see Popular Demand, okay? September 27th, Saturday, Betty's Promise Sky Music Lounge. What's up? We got 2 Sky Music Lounge shows, one for each band, exactly a month apart, so you guys got time to get money and come on back and forget the first one even happened. You know what I mean? It's not like we're doing them back-to-back nights where we're expending all our audience on the first one. We're going to have an empty show the second day. Please come to both.
is that Betty's Promise? The next show will always be better than the first show.
We'll see. Probably. Abso-fucking-lutely. You want to see Chris play guitar? Come to the Betty's Promise show. That's what's up. And I'm definitely let's put it this way. I'm a better guitarist than I am a piano player. So come out, come one, come all. And hey, tell me you're there for Betty's Promise or Popular Demand. Because every head counts there. They don't pay us unless we bring 50 people at both shows. So please, please come out. So I'll be telling you all about these shows every fucking week. So that's what's up, Ty. We're trying. I got some dates. I lined up. You know what? I lined up 2 of them, right? That was Chris work. Shout out Mel for lining up the other one.
Nice. Yeah. Team effort. That's what we like to hear.
So, yeah, we're trying. We'll get some more dates. You'll be hearing more dates soon. But at least 2. And the house shows at my house, Ty. What you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
for the
I get it, but
homies.
you got to practice before the Sky Music Lounge, bro.
Yeah, and I gotta get my drummer used to playing in front of people, and I gotta like bolster my fan base to be like, no, this is fun again, and hey, we got free stuff. Come hang. We're barbecuing, dude. How often
Exactly.
are you gonna get burgers and brats and dogs made by your favorite band delivered to you on a plate? You can watch them. You can go smoke a cigarette while he burns his ashes on the fucking burger. You know what I mean? Like, come hang out.
It's that extra spice that makes it right.
It's protein. It's good for you. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Next one, we should do breakfast foods so we can call it the Waffle House Show.
I like it.
If we borrowed a few people's waffle, because we only got one or two, and one of them's fucked beyond fucked. I still use it because of the shape. You know what I mean? You gotta go for the shape. Hey, are you a square waffle guy or a circle waffle guy? This is the important stuff. This is the juicy shit.
Ooh.
To be real, I can go either way. I know it's more bang for your buck for the square waffle, but there's something about the round waffle.
I mean,
Nice.
I kind of like the square waffle more than the round
Round
waffle.
waffle? Yeah.
Not because it's bang for my buck, but it feels like I'm like looking at kind of like a Russian doll of maple syrup. You know what I mean? Like when you fill in all the squares.
Yeah, I do like the filling in the squares with butter and shit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's also one of those
Yeah.
like I've been so fucked I've lost my mind inside of a waffle before. And the
fuck.
square waffle is more like a peaceful existence, whereas a round waffle, it's like you're in a cage almost because the shapes change suddenly. Instead of being in a maple syrup square, now you're in a small triangle, and then there's like this round border. So you feel like there's something's missing there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't. I've never been so fucked staring at a waffle. That's crazy.
You should try going to Waffle House blackout drunk, man.
Fair.
You know,
Fair. I got you.
It's an experience.
You do be loving that Waffle House.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well,
It's the only way I get the weather news down here.
do you have a Savage of the Week this week, my friend?
I do have a Savage of the Week this week, and that it's not that sneeze. Bless you.
Just dying.
The Savage of the Week this week is a shout out to a man with a miserable job.
Oh no.
And his job is to take the luggage from people after they collect it at customs and put it on the conveyor belt so that way it goes back to the airplane so you can make your connecting flight. Shout out to this guy because the conveyor belt broke on him 3 times that morning. So he had to like take your bag and then throw it through the wall to get it to the next guy. And he was just, everybody was a little pissed. Your bag was getting manhandled. But, I mean,
This
going
guy
at a
was
good
having
clip.
an involuntary arm day that he didn't sign up
Yeah,
for.
his back was
Oh, fuck.
feeling it, dude. So shout out to that Savage for having spontaneous brute of savage physical strength. Throwing, and these are all everybody coming back from overseas. So
So
those
you got
bags
Crystal.
are filled with bullshit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Every
Glass
single
shit.
one's maxed out. I'm not gonna lie. I maxed mine out and then put my duty-free purchases inside. I felt bad for the bro because there was an extra 5 pounds unaccounted for that he had to throw.
So what kind of stuff you bringing back duty free?
So yeah, Savage of the Week goes out to TSA employee who had to be a savage physically on the go to make sure everybody got their shit.
I'm not letting this go. What's up, dog? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So what kind of stuff you bringing back duty free?
What kind of stuff did I bring back duty free? I brought back not perfume this time. I went selfish this time. Sorry, dude.
No, that's
cologne for
okay.
your-
I saw the
maybe
Savage
next
place
go
you
around.
bought the Dior shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where you got that in Miami. But going on.
No, I got some Brazilian rum. I can't
Okay.
pronounce the name of it.
No, fair.
It's like
It's authentic.
CACAUCA something or other with squiggly line,
Sure.
star, circle, key. You know,
Lit.
but it's basically the rum you need to make a decent caipirinha, which is like a Brazilian drink that I absolutely love and adore. So I felt like I wanted to be an alcoholic at home a little bit as well. Got 2 liters of that. I had to argue with the employees at the duty free in Brazil because they were convinced I could only have 1. And I was like, but the United States website says I can have 4. What's the problem?
What's the fucking problem?
Exactly.
I love you, dude. That's so funny. I would be freaking out.
No.
I'd be
was
like,
like,
oh,
no,
yes,
nah.
yes, no. Obviously, you need this one. This one is for you. I'll take my one over. You're like,
So yeah, I that's what I brought home.
Okay.
Just wanted some special stuff you can't buy in the U.
No,
United States for
absolutely.
cheap.
I brought coffee. And chocolate and a lot of stuffed animal sloths. Don't even ask.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you swap in borders, duty free is the perfect time to stock up. Avoid them taxes.
Absolutely. And I'm upset because the one thing I didn't buy because I was like, oh, they definitely have this in the States. I've seen it. I know they got it. I'm not even going to spend my money on it right now. I'm trying to save money. Make it back. They have this brand of chocolate, orange chocolate from Costa Rica that's called Brit. And it's like little tiny balls of chocolate that like they infuse with different shit. And you can buy all sorts of stuff, but I love the orange ones.
Okay.
Bro, I thought I'd still be able to get it here. But Tariff City, man. And shit, it is no longer available on Amazon or Trader Joe's or any of the places I thought I could get it from. So
Ooh, got burned.
it was everywhere down there too. Like every fucking shop. I don't know. Anyways, rip, dude. Oh, bro. Okay, so we did go celebrate Ryan Schweitzer, friend of the show. His birthday yesterday. And hey, I'm turning into a terrible homebody. I need to fix that. I'm working on it. I was working on it last night by going out. We went to this like game bar restaurant thing because they did have food. They had special fucking drinks. It's called Dirty 20 on Manchester Road. When I say game bar, not like arcade, I'm talking like they had a bunch of board games, dude.
Interesting. Okay.
So we played some games. We got drunk. Not drunk. We got our buzz on, and I had fried pickles and shit. Okay, when the waiter came and was asking everybody for food, and it'd been a fucking while, like I'd managed to go out and smoke 2 cigarettes before the guy came back and ordered food like for us.
Yeah.
This was pre-pickles.
Pre-pickles, right?
Okay.
Everybody's deciding what they want. I'm not trying to spend a lot of money. I cooked a full-ass meal plus some for me and Dr. Evil before we left. I didn't realize it was like going to be like that. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was going to be different. I thought we were just going to a bar. Fucking the waiter comes to me. The only thing on the menu I'm seeing that's calling my name, I'm high as shit, by the way. Both now and then. Through time, I have been high as shit. It's crazy. But yeah, I'm beyond beluga when I'm looking through this fucking menu. The only thing calling my name is this thing on the dessert thing says brownie and ice cream. It says big ass brownie with some ice cream. I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds right. So I look at my waiter when he comes to me. He says, "Hey, what can I get for you?"
No. Wait, you're